Welcome back to my Madden 25 franchise with the Toronto Thunderbirds. In our last episode, we picked up a win in the divisional round of the playoffs by a final score of 29-26, defeating the Dallas Cowboys. And now today we get to jump into the NFC Championship against a divisional rival in the Atlanta Falcons. They have made it this far with quarterback Michael Penix, who was an 81 overall. At running back is Bijan Robinson, who is a 99 overall. Then over at wide receiver, they have a 91 in Drake London, an 84 in Jermichael Stanley, and an 83 in Jeff Hyde. At tight ends, a 92 overall in Kyle Pitts. Left tackle is an 81. Left guard is an 81. Center is an 87. Right guard is a 96. And right tackle is a 77. Over on defense, they have an 80 overall at left end. At right end will be an 83. Defensive tackle is a 77. Outside linebacker is an 82. Middle linebacker is going to be a 78. And a former Oklahoma Sooner and Kenneth Murray. And then at right outside linebacker, they have an 84 overall. At corner is an 87 and an 82. Free safety is a 92 in Jesse Bates. And strong safety is an 82 in Tyke Smith. Just looking at our regular season, we have defeated the Atlanta Falcons twice so far this year. The first time was by a final score of 24-17, and the second time was by a final score of 18-13. But realistically, neither one of those games matter at this point. The Atlanta Falcons come in with a very good defense, the fourth defense in points per game, seventh in passing yards, and fourth in rushing yards. We have the number one defense on points per game, fourth in passing yards, and second in rushing yards. So our defense does edge them out just a little bit. For a chance to go to the Super Bowl today here in Toronto. In our last game, we actually saw some snow. It does not look like we're going to get that in today's game. Looks like we have clear skies. And the Atlanta Falcons will have the ball first. Michael Penix back in his shotgun set will take the snap. It's a quick throw that he misses his receiver on. It looked like we brought some quick pressure, and they really had no response to it. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 with an I formation now. Bijan Robinson in the backfield. Penix will take the snap, and they give it to their star running back, who bounces it to the outside, has some room to run, and will end up close to the marker. They ruled a 3rd and inches. Now he's back in his shotgun set. Can we force another incomplete pass? Not if they run the ball, but they don't get the first down thanks to Jamarcus Norwood. Following the punt, we take over at the 21-yard line, where Ben Richardson will come out for the first drive of the day for Toronto. He'll drop back and look to pass. He's going to let this one go to the outside. That is going to be caught along the sideline for the first down. Out of bounds at the 38-yard line is Brian Duvall. In our last matchup, all 18 points came from our kickers, so hopefully our offense can actually finish drives today. We're going to run a read option, and Ben Richardson keeps it himself and picks up a 4-yard run. Looks like Keaton Mitchell still lined up in the backfield for this next play on a 2nd and 6. We're back in a shotgun set again. Richardson is going to send, I believe, Dylan Kruger in motion. He's lined up at receiver this play as Richardson will look to pass. He's going to fire this to Kruger. He breaks a couple tackles and is brought down to set up a 3rd and 4 at about our own 44. So to avoid a 3 and out here, not a 3 and out, we've already gotten a first down. Back in his shotgun set to avoid just punting the ball. Will Pearson's in at running back. We're going to send Antoine Edmonds in motion. He's going to go line up at receiver as Richardson will take the snap. They're bringing a blitz going downfield, and a wide open Dylan Kruger deep into Atlanta territory, brought down to the 24-yard line. Ben Richardson comes back in another shotgun set. Will Pearson still the running back, but once again will look to pass. He dumps this one off to Pearson over the middle, and that'll be a gain of about 7 yards to bring up a 2nd and 3. With another shotgun set, Pearson still the running back, but once again Richardson will look to pass. He's under pressure, throws on the run, and that one's going to fall incomplete. So now a chance for Atlanta to just hold us to a field goal try, which they were able to do a lot in our last matchup, as I already mentioned. Richardson looking to pass, going to the outside, and that is straight up dropped by Pearson. That is not what you want to see. But it will result in our kicker, Glenn Griffin, coming out for a 34-yard try. Kick is away, and we have a 3-0 lead. The defense able to force a 3 and out last time. Let's see if they can do it again. 1st and 10. From their own 30-yard line, he's going to send Bijan Robinson out to play receiver for this play. He is now all alone in the backfield. Will take the snap and goes over the middle to absolutely nobody because it gets knocked down at the line. That will bring up a 2nd and 10. Penix is back in his shotgun formation again. Bijan Robinson still in the backfield. Penix will look to pass under quick pressure. It's a screen to Robinson on the outside, but he's met by Tracy Wilcox, and that will set up a 3rd and 9. With another shotgun set, Atlanta comes out trying to avoid the 2nd straight 3 and out. Penix letting it go to the outside, caught by his man, and that will be a first down to about the 40. That was receiver Jermichael Stanley, now a 1st and 10. With another shotgun formation, Bijan in the backfield, and that's where they go with it, but he's not going to find much space. They bring him down for just a 2-yard carry. That sets up a 2nd and 8. Back in a shotgun formation again. And they're going to go right back to Robinson, who goes up the middle and will have a first down into Toronto territory, brought down to the 45. With another shotgun formation, Bijan's still in the backfield. Never mind. They're going to send him out to play receiver. So now Michael Penix is the only one in the backfield. He will take the snap and looks to pass. He's going to throw this to the outside, caught by Stanley, who's got the first down, and he's forced out of the 28-yard line. So far, Atlanta looks to be driving these last few plays. We'll see if they can keep it going. He's under pressure, getting sacked on the play by Tony George. That is going to set up a 2nd and 14 now for the Falcons. Penix will drop back from shotgun, throws it underneath, caught by his man, and they will get the first down as he breaks that tackle and is forced out of the 16. Penix is going to line up under center again. He'll take the snap and looks to pass. Going downfield, he finds his man, and that'll be Kyle Pitts down about the 9-yard line, and it sets up a 2nd and 3 for Atlanta. Penix is going to line up under center for this play. Bijan still in the backfield here. Will they go to him? Yes, they will. Up the middle for the first down, and getting met and brought down to the 3-yard line sets up a 1st and goal. A kind of slow and methodical drive from Atlanta here. Now within striking distance, Penix will take the snap, and he's going to lob this to the back corner of the end zone, and that one gets deflected away by A.J. Terrell. I'm not going to lie, whenever I saw that lob, I was kind of hoping we would just come away with the ball, but now on 2nd and goal, he'll look to pass to the end zone, and a wide open man, Atlanta will take the lead. Let's now find out if our offense can respond. Ben Richardson comes out in a shotgun set. Will Pearson is lined up at running back, and we give it to our rookie back up the middle, and he will fight his way forward for a gain of about 5. Now at the 35-yard line. Richardson back in shotgun, and it looks like he's going to send Dylan Kruger in motion and then send him right back. He will look to pass here. Standing in the pocket, throws to the outside, caught by Pearson, but probably should have just let that one go because that's a loss of 4, and it sets up a 3rd and 9 now for our offense. Back at the 31-yard line, we'll take the snap, run the play fake. Richardson going downfield, he'll find his man. That's Antoine Edmonds to keep the drive alive down to the 48. On the following play, it would be an incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 as we hand it off to, I believe, Keaton Mitchell up the middle for the first down into Atlanta territory. Officially, he was ruled down about the 38-yard line. Now Richardson back in shotgun again. We'll drop back and look to pass. He's under pressure, needs to get rid of it, throws on the run downfield. He finds Sidney Peters, who's inside the 10 and getting met and brought down at the 8-yard line to set up a 1st and goal for Toronto. That will lead to us running under center for the next play. With Will Pearson lined up at running back, we will give it to him, who goes to the outside, follows his blocks, and will fight his way down to the 1-yard line to bring up a 2nd and goal. We are near the end of the first quarter here, and it looks like Saquon Barkley, our power back, is going to check in for this play. On 2nd and goal, we take the snap, give it to Barkley. Never mind, it's a play fake, and we get murdered on the play by Jesse Bates. I absolutely hate those goal line play actions. They never work, but now in the second quarter, it'll be a quick throw to the outside, caught by Jamison Williams, who's breaking tackles and getting into the end zone. Touchdown, Toronto. I really thought we were going to settle for a field goal, but he made up for it. And thanks to a sack in simulation, Atlanta faces a 3rd and 18 on their next drive. Penix will drop back to pass. He's going to fire over the middle, finds his man, but that one will be nowhere near a first down. And the Falcons following punt would go back for a touchback. So we take over at our own 20-yard line to start our next drive. And it's a play fake to the outside, caught by Jamison Williams for a gain of about 9 yards. Now in a 2nd and 1 from the 29. With a shotgun set, they nearly jump off sides, but we don't take advantage of it. Handoff to Pearson up the middle for the first down to about the 35-yard line. Richardson back in another shotgun set for the next play. Pearson still in at running back, but we will look to pass. He's going to let this one go to a wide open Jamison Williams, brought down to the 50-yard line. Earning us a brand new set of downs here. Richardson back in shotgun again. We'll send Dylan Kruger in motion. Then send him right back. He'll take the snap and looks to pass. Dropping farther back, he throws to the outside, caught by our rookie back, Will Pearson, who will be met and brought down for just a 3-yard play. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 7 for us from the 47-yard line, and it will be a play fake. Now Richardson looking to go deep downfield. He lets it go. He's got a man, and that's deflected away from Jamison Williams. He had his defensive back beat, but Richardson could not get enough air under it. Otherwise, we are celebrating in the end zone there. Now a 3rd and 7 from the 47 to keep the drive alive. Rolling to the outside. He throws on the run, and he finds Sidney Peters again inside the 20, and he gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. Richardson back in a shotgun formation again, now inside the red zone. Will Pearson is still lined up at running back, but once again, we will send Dylan Kruger in motion and send him right back. So Richardson with a quick throw will find Jamison Williams, who makes some people miss and gets down to the 4-yard line to bring up a 1st and goal. which will just lead to another shotgun formation for Toronto. Will Pearson lined up in the backfield. Do we go there? No. Hill looks to pass. Richardson standing in the pocket, now trying to dance around, maybe trying to buy time. Now he's going to take off, and Ben Richardson can dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Toronto. We'll go up 17-7. We are now going to jump a little bit later into the second quarter. Toronto has the ball back, still up by 10. About 2 minutes to go here in the half, and Richardson going downfield will find Dylan Kruger, who will have the first down to the 36-yard line. And that play would take us down to the 2-minute warning here. So now back in shotgun, it looks like Keaton Mitchell's lined up in the backfield. We're going to send wide receiver David Sapp in motion. He'll take the snap and looks to pass. Under pressure, getting sacked on the play for a loss of 4. I honestly don't believe he ever even noticed that that defensive end was there. Now 2nd and 14, a quick throw over the middle, and that was a wide open Brian Duvall. You have to hit those throws. That brings up a 3rd and 14 from the 39. We should at least be in Glenn Griffin's field goal range here, as he'll look to pass, goes over the middle, and now we'll definitely be in his range. It will be a 4th down, but we'll send out Glenn Griffin for a 50-yard field goal try to attempt to give us a 20-7 lead here in the NFC Championship game before halftime. Snap, hold, kick is away, and it is good. And Atlanta will start this drive with 1 minute and 12 seconds and 2 timeouts from their own 25-yard line. Penix will look to pass. Going to the outside, a wide open Bijan Robinson, but he just straight up dropped that one, and it leads to a 2nd and 10. He could have had a massive play there. I don't know how far downfield our defense was. 2nd and 10, back in his shotgun set. He'll take the snap under quick pressure, and he's getting sacked on the play to bring up a 3rd and 20, and now we're burning a timeout, because there is a legitimate chance our offense can get the ball back with solid field position. Penix will just run this ball as he goes to the outside, and Bijan Robinson gets body slammed by Jamarcus Norwood. We burn our 2nd timeout, and now they will punt it away on a 4th and 21, and our offense is going to get to touch the field again. The punt is sent deep, and we're going to get the field this one about the 40-yard line, and it was just a fair catch. It was officially ruled down to the 42-yard line, so with 1 timeout remaining and 57 seconds out of a shotgun set, Richardson throws to the outside. That is going to be caught for a 5-yard gain. I believe it was Jamison Williams, and he got out of bounds. So now a 2nd and 5, 54 seconds remaining here in the first half. Richardson out of shotgun will look to pass again, going over the middle. He'll find Williams, who will have the first down, and get met and brought down to the 45. But do we burn that timeout here? No, we don't. Running the clock down to about 30 seconds to play. He'll take the snap and look to go downfield again. A quick throw towards the sideline. That one's going to fall incomplete and bring up a 2nd and 10. With now 26 seconds to play in the half. Out of a shotgun formation, he'll look to pass again. Going over the middle, he'll find Dylan Kruger, who will get met and brought down to the 36-yard line. And I would imagine now we'll burn a timeout. Well, we burn it with 17 seconds to go in the half. Don't know how much I really agree with that one. I feel like I would have let it run down and just kick the field goal. But I guess we're going to try to get one more chunk play here. He throws towards the sideline. That is caught, and Williams gets out of bounds at the 29 with 13 seconds remaining. And a quick fun fact, the booth would actually review that one, but it would stand. So now out of a shotgun set from the 29, we'll send Dylan Kruger in motion and then send him right back. Richardson will take the snap under pressure, and you cannot take a sack right now. He throws that one away and leaves us with 10 seconds, and we'll just take the field goal from there. That was a little too close for comfort. So Glenn Griffin will come out for about a 46-yard try. The kick is away, and it is good. And as we now go into the second half, we get the ball first. It's a 3rd and 7 from the Atlanta 41-yard line. Ben Richardson back in a shotgun set. Pearson is the running back, and we fake it to him. Richardson looking to go deep downfield. He'll let it go, and that'll be a jump ball that is caught by Sidney Peters down to the 10-yard line. That was an absolutely ugly-looking ball, but it found its target. So now on the next play, we'll come out once again in a shotgun set. Looks like he's going to change the play a bit. We'll send Dylan Kruger in motion, and let me guess, send him right back. That's exactly what he does. Richardson takes the snap and looks to pass to the end zone, and that's knocked away, trying to find, I believe, Jamison Williams. Ben Richardson back in a shotgun set again. Will Pearson still lined up at running back. He will look to pass, though. And he's going to be under pressure, and he gets sacked on the play back to the 18-yard line, which will officially set up a 3rd and 18. That's essentially a 3rd and goal. From a shotgun formation, he'll look to pass. Richardson standing in the pocket. He's going to let this one go, and that gets intercepted because he tried to force that one. Just throw it away and kick the field goal. But obviously the Falcons want to take advantage of the turnover. They face a 3rd and 6 from their own 27 later on in this drive. He's going to go to the outside. That is caught along the sideline, and they say Drake London had 2 feet in bounds. So that will keep this drive alive for now. They come out in an I formation, take the snap. It's going to be a play fake to Bijan Robinson. Now looking to pass downfield under pressure. He definitely got hit hard by Jamarcus Norwood on the play, but found his man for an 8-yard gain. So that brings up a 2nd and 2 now at the 44-yard line. Penix is back in shotgun, sending Bijan Robinson in motion. He takes the snap and looks to pass. He's going to throw this to the outside. Caught by Robinson, will be met and brought down to bring up a 3rd and 1. From their own 45-yard line, Penix comes out in a shotgun formation. Bijan Robinson still the running back here. Do they go to him? Yes, they do. But he once again will not get the first down. That is the 2nd time we have stopped him on 3rd and short. So obviously we would get the ball back and now face a 3rd and 6 from our own 28-yard line to avoid the 3-and-out. Richardson looking to pass. Rolling to the outside, and he's going to throw this one away, so we will punt it right back to Atlanta. However, unfortunately for the Falcons, in simulation, we would go into the 4th quarter, but then they got intercepted by middle linebacker Tracy Wilcox, so our team gets the ball right back. And just a couple plays later, it will be a 3rd and 9. There is a flag. I didn't see anybody move. Maybe I'm just blind, but it will be an encroachment call on Atlanta, so make it a 3rd and 4 instead for us. I will gladly take those. Back in a shotgun set, Keaton Mitchell's lined up in the backfield. He'll take the snap. A quick throw will be caught and held onto by Brian Duvall. 1st down, Toronto. Ben Richardson back in a shotgun set again. Will take the snap. Handoff up the middle. That's Will Pearson, and that is going nowhere. They rule he only got a yard. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 9. He'll take the snap and looks to pass again. Firing over the middle. He'll find his man. That's Sidney Peters to the 30-yard line to set up a 3rd and 2. This will now be an I formation. Will Pearson lined up in the backfield. Antoine Edmonds lined up at fullback. Will take the snap, run a play fake. And now Richardson firing over the middle will find Brian Duvall, who will break that tackle and fight his way to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Toronto. Which will lead to a shotgun set here. He'll send Duvall in motion, take the snap and looks to pass. He's firing to the outside and he finds Jameson Williams. Touchdown Thunderbirds. We make it 30-7. The Falcons now down by 23 points. Have driven down to our 27-yard line where it's a 3rd and 4. Penix out of shotgun, handoff to Bijan Robinson, who goes to the outside. He'll have the 1st down and a lot more here down the sideline. Finally brought down to the 12 to give him a new set of downs. They come back in another shotgun set for this play. About 7 minutes to go in the game. He'll take the snap, handoff to Bijan again, who goes to the outside, but this time he's not getting much. They rule it no gain on the play. That brings up a 2nd and 10. Penix is going to line up under center. He will take the snap, and they give it to their back, who goes up the middle, makes one man miss, and fights his way down to the 5-yard line to set up a 3rd and 3 for the Falcons. Now he'll come out in a shotgun set. Bijan Robinson has checked back into the game. Under 6 minutes to play, they would need an absolute miracle. And Penix under pressure goes over the middle, and that gets tipped down by Tracy Wilcox. But they are obviously going to have to go for this one. He lines up under center. Bijan Robinson's lined up in the backfield. Penix will take the snap, handoff to the fullback, but that's a turnover on downs, and that should pretty much close the door on this game. We would just never give the ball back here. Your final score is 30-7, and we are headed to the Super Bowl here in Season 4 of this rebuild. I was kind of worried going into this game, but our defense handled business. Our offense was rolling through the entire first half, kind of slowed down in the second half, but still a great game. The final stats for this game, Ben Richardson finishes 30 of 41 for 371 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. On the ground, Will Pearson got 52 yards on 17 carries, and then receiving Jameson Williams 10 catches for 101 yards and 2 scores. Sidney Peters also had a really good day, never found the end zone, but got 5 catches for 107 yards, and then Brian Duvall, who's always a really good target for us. And it would appear that Emmett Ward and Tracy Wilcox both led the team in tackles. In sacks, Tony George got 2, Zach Harrison got 1, and Jamarcus Norwood got 1. And we got 1 interception from Tracy Wilcox in simulation. And the Falcons offense just never really got rolling. Michael Penix, 20 of 32 for 171, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the ground, Bijan Robinson got 56 yards on 13 carries, and then receiving Jamichael Stanley, by far their best receiver, 7 catches for 60 yards and a score. It is now time to find out who we will be taking on in the Super Bowl. It is either going to be the Kansas City Chiefs or the Buffalo Bills. Now, we played Kansas City earlier this year and lost by 3, but we have not gotten to play Buffalo. And your Super Bowl for this season will be between the Toronto Thunderbirds and the Buffalo Bills, who have won 34-27 over Kansas City. They ended up with a pretty subpar record this year of 10-7. I would figure they would be a lot better than that, but they are an 88 overall team across the board, so we cannot underestimate these guys, but it should be a really fun Super Bowl matchup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will talk to you in the next one.